Hi, this is Bernadette Logue from pinchmeliving.com, and today's audio topic is a soulful approach to someone who is treating you badly. So let's get into that right now. So what I'm going to share with you today is I find really powerful, calming and soul aligned whether you're dealing with someone who is treating you poorly in your personal life, whether it is someone in your professional setting, whether it is someone who you don't know very well that's just passing through your life journey, or whether it's someone you love and that is in your life over the longer term. What I want you to do is I want you to bring a soul's view of this person and the situation when you are being treated poorly or badly. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is not to say don't address it practically. It's not to say don't leave the situation. All of that stuff you will do, but this is to help you bring perspective and calm and healing for yourself, to shift your energy and to therefore allow you to release, to move on, to be positive and to not have your life dictated by someone else's poor energy, poor choices or disconnection from their own soul. So fundamentally it begins with, if you're faced with someone who is treating you badly, remembering that every single person is a soul. No person on this planet who is walking, talking and alive is anything but a soul. Every person who is here is a soul who is incarnated. Some people know that. Some people don't know that. Some people are feeling the connectedness to their soul. Other people do not feel any connection at all to their soul. You can bring your perspective and accurate, truthful knowing to the situation that you're a soul and that the other person is a soul, whether they realize it or not. Now, it's important to remember the soul has no personality. The soul has no name. The soul has no agenda. The soul has no ethnicity or culture. It is not male or female. It is divinity. It's divine energy. It's source. It's pure higher intelligence, and it is manifest in human form as this person. The soul is here for a journey. The soul in front of you that is treating you badly is here for their journey. They are here to learn soul lessons just like you are. They're also here to make their contribution through being their full expression, through learning how to come home to that full expression, for learning how to unleash that into the world and therefore to have a positive impact upon the world. Whether they achieve that in their soul journey is not something that you can control, and it's not something that necessarily happens entirely easily. And if they're currently treating you very poorly, it's likely they're either temporarily or over a sustained period of time quite disconnected from that truth and their divine nature. So when you look at someone who's treating you badly, what I want to encourage you to do is to see them there in their human form and to remember that there is a divine soul essence that is breathing life through them, and that in their mind and in their personality self they may not realize that, they may not feel it, they may not be living it fully, and therefore they are behaving in an unconscious manner and it is being directed at you. Now, while some people that you come across may be behaving in this way and disconnected from the soul that they truly are, this is not for judgment. It's not for blame, and there's not fault to be laid, because we are all having this life experience and we all experience moments where we're disconnected from our true nature. We don't feel it, we don't behave in alignment with it. That's the human journey, to come home to that and to learn how to behave and act from that divine nature and in alignment with it. So all of us to some degree have experienced this, and at the times when we're not consciously aware and we're not acting from that more loving, compassionate and divine part of ourselves, it leads to behaviour sometimes that isn't pleasant, that isn't loving, that isn't calm, that isn't conscious, that isn't compassionate, and unfortunately you may be on the receiving end of that. Now, you can't change them, but you can change yourself. You can change your energy about it. Now, immediate reaction from someone might be, why should I change myself and why should I change my energy when they're the one that is being negative, treating me badly and being a jerk? And yes, you could take that stance, but we're interested in one thing, and that is the healing and release for you to not have this experience in your life and for you to make peace with it. So the way that you do that is you realize that if you go into negative energy about the way they're treating you and you get caught in their cycle, you basically buy their energy and you buy into it, and now you're caught in their loop. That doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve them. If you happen to be the one with greater conscious awareness, this is not an ego thing. This is just purely and simply to say, if you're more consciously aware in that moment, then your greatest access point to your own inner peace and your own calm is to acknowledge that they're a soul and you're a soul. They may not know that or they may not remember it, but you do. And that you know that the only access point to true change that you have is change within yourself, and that is to manage your energy to be at peace and calm in the face of what's going on with them by remembering their soul nature and by choosing to hold that knowing now so that you don't get sucked into the vortex of their poor behavior that you're being presented with. You can remember and imagine the soul they are, and I always like to give this one tip, and that is when you're facing someone, like you're literally physically in their presence and they are verbally berating you, they are physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever kind of negative energy is coming at you, for you to be witnessing them and to imagine above their head a small bright light. And that bright light hovering above their head represents their soul. And their soul desperately wants them in their mind and personality to reconnect to the truth of who they are. And currently, they're so lost that they don't even know it. And if you can imagine that small light above their head, the soul that they truly are, and to say, the soul in me remembers and recognizes the soul in you, even if you can't remember it for yourself, that alone provides a little bit of perspective for you to help you not get sucked into their vortex and not to be fully reactive to whatever is coming at you from them. I also want to share with you after that tip just a small excerpt from one of my books, Going Out on a Limb, where I talk about this topic, and it's just a couple of paragraphs and I feel it's really relevant to this topic, and it's essentially reiterating this core, and I just feel it would be useful for you if you're in a situation where you are dealing with that challenge. So if you feel compelled to look at other people and consider what is wrong with them when you are facing their negativity and what you need to do to change them, I encourage you to consider something else. Will you consider how to be love in the face of what challenges you? Will you consider that within every person is a soul seeking to evolve, and oftentimes people have become so disconnected from source that the only way we can help ourselves and help them is to consistently be the energetic vibration of love ourselves. This doesn't mean we need to embrace what they are doing or how they are being. Rather, recognize and love the soul within them, for they themselves may have forgotten who they truly are. In the most trying of situations, when you cannot muster this level of recognition and love for another soul, remember we do not encounter people in our life by mistake. Your soul knows their soul. Everything is infinitely connected as one. Say within yourself, the soul in me recognizes the soul in you. Never underestimate the power of your being love. It is the purest and most healing energetic vibration. Healing for other people you encounter, yes, but most importantly, healing for yourself. It is through healing ourselves that we are able to be healing for others. So I hope this potential shift in perspective you could take in the face of a negative person who is treating you poorly may help you to just shift yourself a little bit, to release, to not be so sucked in by their vortex of behavior, and to bring a different and soulful and soul-aligned approach to the situation. If this has been helpful, please do subscribe to my channel, as I regularly share uploads of audios and videos to support you to unleash your inner peace and freedom and success, both personally and professionally, and I'd love to stay connected with you. So